Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Since the Ridgecrest earthquake, there's been an uptick of individuals requesting earthquake coverage. But should you get earthquake insurance, and how much should you spend here in Bakersfield? 23 ABC's Leslie Gooden joins us in studio with more information on what to look for when shopping for insurance. Leslie?
Good evening, Jess. Today I was able to sit down and speak with the local insurance company that offers earthquake protection, and they share with me the importance of having coverage and what to do if you can't afford additional coverage. Just 6 months ago, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake shook the area of Ridgecrest. Now many have still found themselves affected by the earthquake damage and unable to move back into their homes because of much needed repairs. And now seismologists say a long-awaited big one lies beneath California's surface, and experts are encouraging all to prepare.
In Bakersfield, we honestly don't have very many hot zones, so it's actually very inexpensive in the city of Bakersfield, where I've actually seen policies as low as less than $100 per year. But there are hot spots, obviously, what just recently happened in Ridgecrest.
Sam Cesar of Sabre Insurance says that if you want to know if you are in a hot zone or near a fault line, you can find out through the California Earthquake Authority or reach out to your local insurance provider. And if you can't afford continual coverage, there is another one-time cost option of retrofitting.
Well, they can also retrofit their house to help withstand earthquakes. Retrofitting will require some custom work to their house, where they would have to customize a little bit of their walls. They can brace their walls more, and they can also put extra items in their foundation.
Although earthquake coverage varies per home, Cesar says that it's important to know that some earthquake coverage may not cover all the contents of the home. Sabre Insurance adds that after an earthquake, agents aren't allowed to write new policies, meaning they are not accepting new business for a certain area or zip code for natural disaster incidents. And for earthquake ones, it's usually 30 days after the incident. For now, in studio, Leslie Gooden, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Well, this weekend will mark 6 months since the 6.4 and 7.1 earthquakes rocked the communities of Ridgecrest and Trona. 23 ABC caught up with Dr. Lucy Jones, the seismologist at California Institute of Technology, who brought us information and answers immediately after the earthquakes. 6 months later, we spoke to Jones about how long the aftershocks in the high desert will last, what scientists and the public learned about the tremors, and the risk we face if and when a quake of this magnitude strikes again in Kern County.
The one thing I hope the lesson is not learned is that, oh, we can handle a magnitude 7. Put this earthquake through Bakersfield instead of through Ridgecrest, and you'll see that there's going to be a lot more damage. The one thing I hope the lesson is not learned is that, oh, we can handle a magnitude 7. Put this earthquake through Bakersfield.
We will be airing a 23 ABC special edition newscast as we talk with residents in the high desert, hear from experts, and talk to Bakersfield officials about if we are prepared here. Join us for that special, which is set to air this Sunday during our 6 p.m. newscast. Bakersfield police are investigating after officers were flagged down by a person that there was a body in a canal in South Bakersfield this afternoon. Officers say they were flagged down just after 2 p.m. in the area of Panama Lane and South 8th Street. BPD says they were told a body was in the canal. The body has been removed and the investigation is ongoing. Officials say it doesn't appear to be a suspicious death. The coroner has identified the woman killed in a shooting as Delano police are searching for the gunman responsible. According to DPD, officers responded to reports of shots fired at Cesar Chavez Park at about 10:15 last night. Officials administered first aid to a man and a woman on scene. The woman, later identified as 19-year-old Nayeli Carrillo Gonzalez, died at the scene. The man was taken to a hospital with minor injuries. Anyone with information is asked to call the Delano Police Department at 721-3377. And we'll continue to have the latest updates on our website, turnto23.com. A man hit and killed by a vehicle on Highway 178 has also been identified by the coroner. The crash happened just before 8 Thursday night in the westbound lanes of Highway 178 near Haley Street. The CHP responded and confirmed at least one person was dead. He was identified as 41-year-old Michael Magellan Hanash. It's unknown if drugs, alcohol, or speed played a role in the crash. For the latest updates, be sure to head to our website, turnto23.com. We do have a traffic alert for you. Caltrans announcing the off-ramp to California Avenue and the on-ramp to Buck Owens Boulevard at Highway 99 will reopen tonight. Here's a map that was posted by Caltrans this afternoon. Drivers who normally take these ramps have been forced to detour ever since they closed in November as part of the 99 rehab project. Now, along with these ramp reopenings, Caltrans also announced some new closures. The off-ramp of Highway 99 at Olive Drive will be closed for 55 days starting tonight, and the on-ramp for Golden State Avenue will be closed for 80 days.
Well, we had a very comfortable day across Kern County today. You can see those clouds were clearing as we head into the evening hours. 58 degrees right now here in Bakersfield, but that is up 5 from this time yesterday. And you can see much warmer temperatures across the region, up 13 from this time yesterday and Keene. And this warming trend is only going to continue as we head into your Saturday. But if you're planning on heading out to First Friday tonight, well, again, a very quiet and calm evening down to 54 degrees by 8 p.m. And we are seeing clear visibility as of right now, but that could all be changing as we head into the early morning hours tomorrow, tracking the chance for that dense fog potentially here in the valley, mainly in areas near Buttonwillow, as well as up in Delano. So if you're planning on running in the 31st annual fog run early tomorrow morning, well, we are tracking the chance for that fog and chilly temperatures. So definitely bring that jacket, but up to 56 degrees by 10 a.m. But we are tracking some cool temperatures on the way. I have more details on when you can be feeling that coming up next.
The United States has killed a top Iranian general, and the consequences of the attack have been swift. Iran is vowing revenge, and the U.S. military is sending thousands of more troops to the Middle East. While President Trump's supporters praise the decision to take out one of America's most prominent enemies, some Democrats are angry Congress wasn't notified beforehand. ABC's Trevor Alt has the latest.
The American drone strike, which killed top Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, already sending shockwaves around the world. The U.S. now sending 3,500 additional troops to the Middle East as President Trump praises what he sees as a military victory.
Last night, at my direction, the United States military successfully executed a flawless precision strike that killed the #1 terrorist anywhere in the world.
One U.S. official and a source familiar with the matter telling ABC Soleimani was planning a series of attacks across Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria. In Washington, the president's supporters lauding the swift action to strike.
The architect and chief engineer for the world's most active state sponsor of terrorism has been removed.
But world leaders are now urging caution, some fearing further escalation. The attack taking place at Baghdad International Airport, home of U.S. ally Iraq, and also now drawing condemnation from their prime minister as a breach of his country's sovereignty. Iranians taking to the streets as their supreme leader vows severe revenge against the United States, perhaps turning the thousands of American troops and intelligence workers in the region into targets. And some Democrats upset they weren't involved in the decision to strike, now concerned about the consequences moving forward.
This action may well have brought our nation closer to another endless war, exactly the kind of endless war the president promised he would not drag us into.
A major question now is not if, but how Iran will respond, possibly by attacking oil tankers or ships like the country was accused of doing last year, by launching a cyber attack against the United States, or by trying to take down a prominent American military or diplomatic official in retribution. Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
We are getting our first look at an annual report released by the California Racial and Identity Profiling Advisory Board. It collects data from law enforcement agencies statewide to analyze individuals who were stopped in a vehicle or as a pedestrian. The report has data on the number of stops for the 8 largest law enforcement agencies in the state. It shows that in 2018, KCSO reported there were a total of 142 civilian complaints reported, with 2 allegations of racial and identity profiling. BPD reports there were a total of 49 complaints with no allegations of profiling that year. By 2023, all law enforcement agencies in the state will have to report stop data. In Kern County, local law enforcement agencies will begin collecting in 2021. Pictures are circulating online showing vandalism of the Cesar Chavez mural in downtown Bakersfield. City Councilman Andre Gonzalez tells 23 ABC the mural has a protective coating over it, and organizers of the project had ordered the solvent that's needed to try and clean off the graffiti. According to Gonzalez, if that doesn't work, there's talks about bringing in an artist to try and fix it, since the original creator is from Argentina. The city has announced that the fire department has retained its exclusive Class 2 insurance services office rating, putting BFD in the top 1.5% of all departments in the nation. The department started the evaluation process in August, led by Deputy Chief William Ballard. The evaluation includes scoring on services such as responsiveness to emergencies, staffing levels, and training. It also looked at the availability of water supply to the department and the quality of the department's communication and dispatch systems. Fire departments across the country are rated by the ISO on a scale of 1 to 10, with Class 1 being the top ranking. The rating is used by insurance companies to determine homeowner and commercial insurance rates. Downtown Bakersfield has been turned into an outdoor art museum for First Friday. It's the very first one of the new decade, and there will be an arts and crafts fair as well as live music and local artists. The art walk is free for everyone to enjoy and see art pieces up close. First Friday is currently being held on 19th and I Streets, and it runs until 9 o'clock tonight. You can head to Kernville this evening for the Whiskey Flat Days dinner. The annual kickoff dinner is happening tonight. It serves as the official start of the countdown to Whiskey Flat Days, including the race for honorary mayor. The annual gathering helps raise money for Kernville community events and projects. The dinner will take place Friday night beginning at 6 o'clock at Ewing's on the Kern in Kernville. Tickets are $32 each, and you can get a ticket by heading to our website, turnto23.com.